Join now, and for only $10 a month, you can have a new gym membership without any judgment or gym intimidation. As an added bonus, grab a handful of Tootsie Rolls on your way out the door as your consolation prize for working out. Sign up today, and you can lose 14 pounds in just 7 days for free without giving up any of the foods you love, including pizza, cookies, or chocolate. Order now, and for only 3 easy payments of $29.99, you can transform your booty into a thing of beauty in only 30 minutes a day from the comfort of your own home. For what seems like since the beginning of mankind, we have been in love with what causes us to act. I know advertisements have been a big motivation in my life. I mean, just watching infomercials just light me up. And the promises, that they're going to give me these great results, leaves me hanging on to every word. And after 2 to 3 minutes, I'm sold. We are so emotionally attached to the motivation that these advertisements provide because we love what we see. Plus, there's a money-back guarantee. We love what we see, and we love motivation. But we can be misguided on our path to perceive success and pressured in a direction that may not be a reality to us. And we have it all wrong. Motivation is killing our relationship with success. So what does that mean? Our passion and attachment is actually with motivation, not success. See, success is too subjective. One person's success could be another person's failure. Graduating from Harvard can deem you successful. But Walt Disney dropped out of high school. I couldn't imagine a world without Mickey Mouse or Cinderella. Motivation is the spark that gets you going, whether it's extrinsic or intrinsic motivation. It's like striking a match. And that flame, and keeping that flame, we have to get it so that it reaches success. Now, we are all great at getting things started. The challenge is keeping that flame alive long enough so that it reaches success. Inc.com published an article just this year in 2019 stating that 60% of us make New Year's resolutions, but only 8% are successful in achieving them. And that includes working out and going on a diet. World News published an article in 2015 stating that 80% of the New Year's resolutioners that get a new gym membership in January quit by the second week of February because they haven't gotten the results that they were promised. Year after year, we make new resolutions, regardless if we have achieved our previous resolutions or not, because we love to be in love with motivation. But as our intelligence grows with time and experience, what initially sparked our motivation is not enough to keep us going. Because we are so focused on the short-term quick fixes that it blinds us of our long-term success. See, as a lifestyle fit coach, I often tell my clients that weight loss is the worst and most selfish goal that anyone can have. Because one of two things are going to happen. You are either going to reach your goal and then you'll quit, or you're not going to reach your goal and then you'll quit. Either way, you will quit unless your motivation shifts you to a greater meaning in life and away from being so self-centered. We need to go beyond the beyond. It's a place where we recognize how important we are and what our true value is, moving us away from being so self-centered to being a centered self. inspiring us to take better care of ourselves so that we take better care of others. It's Beyond and Beyond is a place where it's a synergistic flow between your heart and your soul that opens up the door for us to break through all personal barriers so that we can live a life beyond all expectations. It's being guided by a higher power so that we can live life without any limits. Throughout history, we have been tested as a human race to see how committed we are to living beyond the beyond. In the 1800s, a baby boy is born to a slave and a housemaid on a plantation in South Carolina. And if these circumstances aren't dismal enough, this baby boy had a severe birth defect. Now, during these times, if you are a slave, and you have anything even slightly wrong with you, you are killed. If they could not collect free labor from you, you are of no use. On the day of this baby boy's scheduled execution, the slave owner's 2 daughters intervened and saved this baby boy's life. On that day, they recognized significance as a higher priority than perceived success. They then raised him and preserved his legacy. I am standing here today, 4 generations later, representing the Moss family legacy because that baby boy is my great-grandfather. And those 2 daughters envisioned life beyond the beyond. Now, in order for us to envision a life of greater meaning, we have to turn our attention to 3 tasks. Task number 1, write your own obituary. I want you to think about your death. Now, I know this may seem a little uncomfortable, but do it anyways. Because it's going to bring focus and clarity to your life. Now, in order for us to be able to do this and complete this task successfully, there are 2 questions that we must ask ourselves. How do we want to be remembered? And how do we make the world a better place? Now, this task is meant to highlight any discrepancies that you have between the life that you're currently living and the one in which you want to be remembered for. It is time that we live a life that no one will ever forget. Task 2, find your water. Albert Einstein said this notion the best when he said that everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll grow up its whole life believing that it is stupid. Let's face it, a shark will never be able to shimmy up a palm tree like the monkey because sharks thrive in the water. That's its area of gifting. You have to find your gift. Now, if you don't know what that is or how to go about finding it, don't worry, I'm going to help you. The famous host Steve Harvey said, he explains your gift as what you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift, and that's your water. So stop wasting your time with all this other stuff and reclaim your life. And last but not least, task 3. I want you to win your day. First thing you're going to do is you're going to scrap that to-do list, but you're going to rename it your victory checklist. And every time you accomplish something off your list, I want you to celebrate a victory. Now, if you can win your day, you can win your entire life. I want you to give yourself a win for waking up. Give yourself a win for getting up. And if you wake up and you're in your right mind, give yourself a win for being in your right mind. Because if you can win your day, you can win your entire life. Because everybody over 25 knows all too well that days will turn into weeks, weeks will turn into months, months will turn into years, years will turn into decades, and decades will become your entire life. And time will toil on, whether you're living a life to die for or if you're just living to die. So it's time for you to become your biggest cheerleader instead of your biggest critic. So who's ready to live life beyond the beyond? I have a challenge for you. To join now an elite group of people that want to grab a greater meaning of life and live and have a greater meaning in life. And as an added bonus, you can live long-term success. Sign up today and follow these 3 easy tasks of write your own obituary, find your water, and win your day. And you can turn your motivation into inspiration. And then you can truly look in the mirror and love what you see. And plus now, it comes with a lifetime guarantee. Thank you.